Hi guys, today I'm supposed to have my delivery of my stuff, so we'll see. I don't really want to start taking things apart until then, but I do have to figure some things out beforehand. That cylinder right there is leaking really bad, as you can see. I think I'm gonna have to set everything on the ground in order to pull that off so that it doesn't have any weight on the tilt. I haven't even put the hose end on that hose yet, but I'm going to do that this morning. So I think we're going to have to set it on the ground, which is going to make hydraulic fluid pour all over everything, but that's okay. We'll do that. I got to put the end on this hose, and then we have that part, and then after that, the area like right down in here that I showed before, that's all tore up, the bearing, we'll replace that. I have a feeling that's going to involve some cutting, and might have to move some things around, but most likely pull out the entire wheel. I thought about it a little bit more. The entire flail that's on the back, not wheel. I was going to try and do it so I only had to replace, I only have to kind of shift it to the side. I don't know if that's going to work. But then again, I don't know exactly how to get the flail out without taking this thing really apart. So I don't know. We may just be able to shift it one way or the other. Not really sure about that. Might be some more figuring. But anyway, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to reseal that cylinder so that it doesn't pour hydraulic fluid every time you lift it and lower it. And then we're going to start working on that bearing. Not exactly sure how the bearing's going to go. But anyway, remember, like and subscribe, and we'll see you later. Okay, I already got some of the stuff out of the way. I got the belt off. I got the tensioner pulled off, the spring on the tensioner. And actually, because I didn't want to record a bunch of beating on things, the little collar right there that has the set screw in it, I went ahead and got that off of there. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and pull off this outer pulley right here, which is just these 6 bolts on the outside. And then most likely we are going to, we will definitely have to pull off this hub. Again, I'm trying not to take the entire flail out because that's a whole big long process that I don't really want to do. But we're going to try this so I can maybe get the old bearing off of this, and then we'll go from there. But that's where we're at right now. We're going to go ahead and pull this off of there, hopefully. Paint's making it stick in the socket. New Holland was always really good about painting over everything. Yeah, my bolt bowl is over there. Get this over here. And supposedly that'll just come off. I don't know if you have to take that bolt off or not. I'm gonna tap on it just a little bit. There it goes. All right, now we got to get the big impact, get this right here, and then we got to get this this hub off. That's got to come off too. And then we'll get a jack up under the other side and raise it up. Okay, so it looks like it's 1 1/8 inches. I figured it was 1 1/16 or 1 1/8 inches, but and it says use a puller. We're gonna see if by chance I can just tap on it a little bit and see what happens here. Problem is, to use a puller, I'm gonna have to put the bolt back in there, or a bolt back in there. It's splined. Oh, that ain't doing anything. We're gonna squirt it a little bit though. And then I guess, with it being splined, we're gonna go find another bolt that I don't have to worry about screwing up. I should have some this size to go in right here to put the puller against. So we'll go get all that stuff and we'll pull that out. Nice hole in that right there. Like somebody's, I don't know. Anyway, we'll be right back. All right, so what we've got here is our pulley puller here. And I'm not exactly centered, that's why it's funky. I'm guessing this is about a 4-inch. Now I put that other nut in there so I can't damage anything. Remember if this is 9/16 or 5/8, it looks like 5/8. So we're not gonna be crazy stupid with the impact because that's not how you do it. Put it on there, put some pressure on it, and then we whack the end of it. They're kind of leaning a little bit too much. I don't want them to do that. Gonna mess around with me, I'm gonna get a 3-jaw puller in a minute. This is I might have to go address this thing because I've used it so many times it's kind of flattened out on the end. So we're gonna go address that and then maybe dimple this one a little bit and we'll be back. Okay, so this is one of the benefits of having other tools and stuff. So I center punch the bolt and then I drilled a little notch so it'll stay in the center. Hopefully that'll help us. We might need to go get shorter arms here. Back of this thing is tapered is the problem. I don't think that moved at all. I don't have the style of puller that uses the bolts, which is really what I need. Yeah, that's the problem, is the back is tapered. just ain't gonna hold. With the other kind of puller. Dink, dink, dink. Because the back is all tapered up. Those would go in further. We're gonna go get something else. We'll be right back. All right, before we change out the edges for our straight jaw puller, we're gonna try this tri-ball or tri-puller. It's supposed to be up to 6 inches. I'm already pretty well extended here. I should flip it around. We'll try it. These have got a little bit more engagement on them. .11/16 on this one. That's pretty tight. Must have moved a little bit. Can't really tell that though. Stay on there. Try and drop all my stuff off. Sure acts like it's trying to move, but it don't look like it. I knew this was going to be a bear. Go get something else. Get the big dog out. It sure don't look like it's moving. It ain't moving. Now, if you can hear me, we're working on a baler, or not a baler, a cutter. It's got a lot of grass on it. So you got to be really careful with fire.
All right, so it looks like it's starting to suck the PV blaster. I sprayed on it through the back, which is a good sign. So we're gonna try not to start this fucking on fire. It's hot. I think that's officially it. Got one?
You have a blue one in there too.
Yeah, blue's different.
Okay.
Yellow's hotter.
You do not have another one.
I know, but that one's lasted like a couple years.
Can we spray it again?
Go over there to the middle and try and spin it either forwards or backwards, either way. Where are you going? Right there.
Spinning the flails?
The big flail, yes, that's what we're working on.
It doesn't matter which way?
Nope, one way or the other. All right, stop right. Stop.
Okay.
I just wanted you to spin it a little bit.
Okay.
All right, I guess we're gonna let it cool off and see if that helps us at all. All right, I think we're coming off now. That's as much length as... All right, so our hub here actually started coming off, so it's really, really hot. And it's off. Ta-da! Is a very, very, very splined shaft. It is a tapered spline shaft because New Holland hates me. What's she doing? All right, so we got to get all this paint off of here to make sure all the bearing and everything slides off and slides back. All right, so if I can get this to do what I want it to do, which I have to go get another tool. So I got my handy dandy seal puller tool over here, and I can't stand the sound of air hissing. It bothers me. Can't tell you why it bothers me so bad, but it does. All right, so we're gonna put that in there. See, this is what I was afraid of. I kind of messed up that hole. Okay, so we got that loose. We're a little bit stuck right now because of that. There we go. So this we're supposed to, well, reuse. I probably should have ordered another one. Oh, that's eccentric. I did not know that was eccentric. The bearing's eccentric too? It sure is. I did not know that. So that is interesting. It basically will only fit one way. Look, if you don't have it in the right place, your hole doesn't line up. Very interesting. I didn't realize that was eccentric. We'll have to clean that up. All right. I had to clean some more with my whir. Oh, it's got some juice on it. Now see, this bearing is the one that I was concerned about because it's broke. And I don't know if I can really get behind it to get it out. We're gonna try some stuff to get this piece off of here. I don't know that it's gonna work. There's some nice crusty stuff up in here. We're gonna try and get out. Bunch of grass up in here. I guess it's time to take off the outer bearing, so to speak. Ain't doing nothing anyway. Or not. Gonna need the big one. Gonna go get a 3/4. Hopefully I don't need a, say that, I am gonna need it. I don't even know how I'm gonna get to the other one. Need a swivel and a not deep well. And an extension. I don't want to take the spring off at all. I mean, pretty sure it's being held by that spring right now. I mean, at least a little bit it's being held by that spring right now. Man, I don't want to take that off. I'm afraid there is nothing I've got that's going to get in there, though. Wow, that really ate that thing out. It's been running that way for a while. Let's see if we can skate around this thing. Hang on. I got a 3/4 wrench right here. Maybe that'll work. Maybe. Really? I can't pull it. It's tight. It's very tight. Damn, I don't want to take that spring off. I don't know what's going to happen if I take that spring off. I mean, it should be being held by that. But see, that's held independently. Really not sure. Get a jack over here. No, I made that thing make all kinds of noise. Maybe that'll let me take the spring off. You hush. It's supposed to rain a little bit later. I might have to start cleaning up. I can feel it. Wind's picking up just a little bit. No idea what this is gonna do. Go up any higher. $14,000 punches right here. I should use one. Ow. Just get me some room in there, maybe. What this is gonna do. Need a shallower 3/4 is what I need. All right, so I got that off. I've got a lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot of grass wrapped up around this. It's going to take me ages to get out, but we got to do it. I want you to look at this thing, and it was on there this way, and how much it's worn down the actual metal here. It's actually kind of impressive, but just, you know, just keep letting your equipment rot. Come on now. Get all this junk out of here. Still a lot in there. I hope I just didn't hear thunder. Hey, I'm burying my stuff. Let me fix this problem. There we go. There's a chunk. Oh yeah, there's still a lot more. Dang. That is thunder. I'm gonna have to take a break and put some of this stuff up. Where's my knife? And the reason this is all here is not because of the bearing. It's because there's a piece on the inside that's a little rusted out. Oh, it's getting closer. Dang, it's right there. I don't even have my Yukon fixed yet. All right, we gotta put some stuff away while we're waiting. But first, where's my doohickey? This thing right here. Let's see if we can make this do anything for us. That hammer. The risk we have right now is looking at what I've seen is that it's been so hot that it's basically welded to the shaft. We're going to hope that that's not the case, but if it is, we'll try and get this thing to slide out this way as far as we can by dealing with the other side, and then we'll cut this bearing off. as of right now, that is not going to move. But we're going to do two things here. We're going to try and drive it back just a little bit. Which I don't think did diddly squat. I think we're going to end up cutting it off, what's left of the bearing. But this whole thing's going to have to slide this way, which is another collar on the other side that hopefully we can get to break free. And then but for now, we need to clean up a little bit because that storm is coming. I'm going to kind of put bolts back where they go. And this, because, you know, kind of makes me nervous being off of there. Now the bushing ain't on there, but at least it can't fall all the way off, right? I'm stubborn. Realistically, I don't see it coming off without cutting it. So, okay, guys, we did get the bearing off. We did cut it off. We used a carbide deburring tool, actually. So, see what we did here is we just kind of cut it till it barely touched through, and then it kind of, if you look, it actually cracks itself. So once we did that, it was pretty easy to get it off. It just took a really long time to do it. Good thing I bought some more carbide deburring bits. They worked pretty well. But that's how we got that off. We got to do some cleanup on it real quick. I just barely touched it a little bit right there, so really shouldn't hurt anything. The one thing about the new bearing that I've found out is, number one, it doesn't have a grease fitting. Number two, I think they forgot to tap it for a grease fitting. So I'm gonna either get a tap or, well, I haven't decided. But anyway, either get a tap or get pressing grease fittings. But I'm gonna clean this up down here for just a second. And there's only so much cleanup I'm going to be able to do because I've actually got it up on a jack right now. So I'm just making sure that's good and smooth where that came on and off, and looks like it'll be all right. So now what do? Now we take this off because it's in my way. Take this off and drop it on the ground. And we're going to take this back out of the way so it's not in my way. pieces in there. Get all these off. Huh. Piece of grass right there. That's interesting. Stop it. What are we sticking on? Actually, right there. Looks like right. Quit it. I don't want to have. Might have to. Might have to beat it on there just a little bit. I don't even know what it's hitting. Go get our little hammer and tap that in a punch. Taking it easy. Ow, that was my hand. Now we're stuck. All right. Hopefully we can get this to pull up now. I'm gonna go take that off of there real quick. jack. Knock this jack over, it's out of the way, and we're gonna see how well it spins. So we're gonna have to clean that up some. Where I've beat it a little bit. Maybe this one will do it. We might have to get the deburring tool. That's pretty good. Oh, come on. Get where I want you. Let's go see what we got. Just want to make sure it's not like pulling this side or anything like that. Apparently this bearing over on this side is different. It is different. It's completely different. Looks pretty good. It don't look wrong, so to speak. Where's the fat side? The fat side's over here. Did I hit this? Maybe a little bit right there. That's not what I had. Started. There it goes. Spins much better. That grease fitting. But we can get some anti-seize and put this on because I think I can get to that grease fitting whether that's on or not. I have to. I'm putting anti-seize because I like anti-seize. It's keyed, it's not just, or spline, excuse me, not keyed. It's not just tapered, so. Stuff always makes a dang mess. Always. Yep, there it went. Made a mess. Didn't get on my thing, did it? No. Never fails. Got it everywhere. Didn't even touch nothing. My towel got wet from the rain. That's actually a good thing. Okay. Okay, that's a little wet. Ah, crud. Now I got it on the other hand. It'll never come off. Okay, stop touching it. At least, if we put it on there, hopefully we can get it back off. Hopefully. I'll make no promises. This thing's kind of grody. Not really a good way to clean that, though. A little piece of grass in there. And I was actually kind of worried about replacing that thing. That wasn't really that bad. Really, that's it. I got to put this gear back on. I got to put the belt back on. I got to tap that. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty much ready to go. It rolls much, much easier. It'll roll even better when it has grease in it. But we can't do that yet. I'm gonna loosen this so that I know that it's loose. But see, we can ignore that. We can take this big old pulley right here. Oh my goodness. We can go ahead. Oh, was there? Nope. Oh, go get our bolts. 9/16. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. nuts together. Now I got a big wheel to turn on. We're gonna have to paint that shaft again so it doesn't rust up. All right. So, what's next? We put the belt back on and we'll deal with the grease fitting later. We'll put the belt back on, the tensioner back on, and then we move on to the cylinder seal kit. And that's pretty much it for this. I mean, this is your tensioner. It's going to go on top of the belt. This goes to that right here, and that's what causes your tension. Now my tension probably needs to be completely redone because we were sitting down at an angle and blah, 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 not right. Anyway, that's it, guys. We changed the bearing out on this side. The other side would be kind of the opposite, except for you don't have to take off this big thing. It is a different bearing. Didn't think it was, but it is. Okay, so I decided I'd go ahead and do one more little piece of this. The service manual, when you put on this tensioner, this highly technical tensioner here, it actually tells you that there's a measurement that is supposed to be here for this. I gotta get a couple 9/16 wrenches. But if I'm not mistaken, and I'll double check, it tells you that needs to be 10 inches. 10 inches long from point to point as far as 10 inches. So, I just dropped something. I'm racing a storm again. We got rained out just a little bit ago. So it said something like 10 inches on the spring itself. So we have got a ways to go. And just so you know, putting this belt on, don't stick all 4 ribs on all at one time. Take one rib, and then you might be able to go 2, and then 2, and then the last one. But if you try and do it all at one time, you're just going to be fighting yourself. I still think we need to go further. Okay, I'm going to call that good for now. Lock this one against that one. All right, there's that. Now it should all move. We just got to tighten that one. I'll double check the measurements and what that's supposed to be. It might be, tell me 10 inches from here or something. I really don't know. I know I read something about 10 inches, but I mean, that is 10 inches right there, but you're not going to change that. You're never going to change that unless I'm supposed to pull this whole thing. I don't know. Anyway, tighten this up. That's on there good and tight now. Shouldn't come off. That feels good. Watching that slip clutch move up there. I did check the gearbox while I was here, and it looks pretty dang good, actually. I mean, as far as how full it is. Doesn't look like it's lost any. So that's that for that. I said next is the hydraulic cylinder. We do have to put this other spring back on, though. But anyway, that's it for that. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell button so you know when we're doing stuff. And we'll see you later.